What's the crack, everybody? Cards Everywhere here, bringing you another weekly league deck profile. First off, I'd like to say sorry for not uploading. I'm just on my holidays now at the moment, so this week and next week will be a bit sparse with the videos, but after that we'll be back on track. So what I have for you today is a World Turtle Flying Saucer deck. I recently got my hands on Flying Saucer, so I want to test it out. So first up we have Bobbit Worm. On the return, all cards, wherever they are, with 50 or more base power, lose 25 power until played. Very good for this week, as it is a fairly high energy week. Next up, we have the Fusion Sea Sheep. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand, with 41 or more base power, lose 30 power this turn. Another very good drain card for this week. The whole theme of this deck is mostly drain with a little bit of boost. So next we have Rainbow Snake. On the play, if at least 6 cards in your deck are from different albums, gain 30 power this round. So we want to try and play this card at the start of a round to get the maximum effect out of it. Next up we have Devil Reef Crab. On the play, all non-Oceans and Seas cards in both players' hand lose 25 power this turn. We want to try and play this card with as many Oceans and Seas cards as possible to mitigate the downside. Next up is the Life on Land. First is the World Turtle. On the play, if your deck has exactly 4 cards, Arts and Culture, your Arts and Culture cards, wherever they are, gain 14 power until played, and then repeat for each album. Next we have Yellow Jacket. At the start of a turn, your opponent's cards in hand lose 5 power until played, and on the play, your opponent's cards in hand lose 24 power this turn. Very good card, handy to hold on to if you need to, but sometimes you do need to get it out of the hand. Next is General Sherman. On the play, your opponent's cards, wherever they are, with 50 or more base power, lose 30 power this round. So again, we want to try and play this at the start of a round. It is also in the arena this week is the Tremendous Trees cards, and General Sherman is one of them. Next up, another brilliant drain card, Pika. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand lose 7 power permanently, and this card gains 35 power permanently. So we want to try and get this card around a few times if we can. Next we have the Arts and Culture cards. First is Heimdall. On the return, if at least 6 cards in your deck are from different albums, your cards, wherever they are, gain 30 power this round. So this is another card we want to play at the start of a round. Next up we have the Tarot Trio. First is the Tower. On the draw, all cards in both players' hand lose 10 power until played. On the play, if you're winning the round, a random card in your hand gains 100 power this turn. And if you're tied or losing the round, a random card in either player's hand gains 100 power this turn. You do get to see what will get the boost, so you can choose not to play it. Next we have the Hierophant. On the play, if your deck has exactly 3 tarot cards, give them, wherever they are, 27 power permanently. That's a nice little permanent boost. Next we have another drain card or boost card, depending on where you play it. On the play, if played in the left slot, your cards in hand gain 25 power until played. And if played in the right slot, your opponent's cards in hand lose 25 power until played. Next is some space cards. The new card I got, the Mythic Flying Saucer. On the play, for each set of exactly 4 cards of any album in your deck, your space cards, wherever they are, gain 26 power until played. And then on the return, your remaining space cards in hand lose or cost -2 energy until played. It's an interesting card. I only made this deck really to test it out. Next we have Supermassive Black Hole. On the return, for every non-space card in your deck, give your space cards, wherever they are, 3 power until played. Next we have another new card I got during the week, Olympus Mons. It is a level up reward, so it can take you a long time to get this. On the play, your cards in hand gain 40 power this turn. It is 4 for 0. Very, very good card. Next we have Sidonia. At the start of a turn, this card gains 15 power and costs -1 energy until played. So we want to try and hold on to this card for a nice little big hitter surprise on your opponent. Next up, I've gone with Identity Theft. On the play, for every legendary card in your opponent's deck, up to a maximum of 10, your cards in hand gain 4 power until played. Pretty good card for this week, as a lot of people will be playing a lot of high power stuff. Next is Referral. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand with 45 or more base power lose 30 power this turn and next turn. So that's the deck, guys. Let's bring it into a game to see how we do. I was playing with an earlier turtle deck, but I changed it up since I got the flying saucer. So it did run fairly well before, so I'll just have to see how the space component helps out this time. Again, sorry for not uploading this week. I've just been on holiday traveling around the country, so I just haven't had time or proper internet connection to take care of this. It will probably be the same for next week. I will try to get out at least 2 videos next week, but again, I wouldn't rely on it. But after that, we'll be back to normal uploads, so stay tuned for that. So it looks like we found an opponent. It might be a bot. I am not too sure. So we'll play it out and see how we do anyway. So it looks like we got this at the start of the round. So I put it in that slot. I think we'll play a Supermassive and the Bobbit Worm. So 163. We are facing the Egyptian deck. It is a very powerful deck, so we might struggle against it. But we got a pretty good hand, so I think we can win at least the first round. And it's a nice little -25 to a lot of the cards in his deck. So, unfortunately, the Devil Reef Crab we drew at an inoptimal time. So I think I will just play a weak hand with the Ace of Swords in the drain slot. Looks to be a bot, as they have played the Eye of Ra on its own. So I think we can win this game. And hopefully win it fairly convincingly, so you can see that the deck is fairly decent. So I think I will go for a big hand. So we'll go Identity Theft, the Olympus Mons, and we'll go for Arthur Pelura to do his damage to him next turn as well. So a nice boost from Identity Theft, and Arthur Pelura will be doing -30 to the cards in his hand next turn. So it looks like we have the first round in the bag, and we have our Cydonia nice and early as well. So that'll be building up in the corner. Here we go into round 2. We did not draw our General Sherman, unfortunately. So we'll just have to go with World Turtle, Pika, and Heimdall. Heimdall will set us up for the round. And since it is a fairly weak hand from the opponent, we are ahead, so we can play the tower next turn. And that should guarantee us this round. So here we go. Turn 2. We got the Hierophant as well, so I think I'll get the Hierophant in front. And play the tower and then Sea Sheep. So Hierophant, the tower. He is boosting Yellow Jacket, so we will play that. So 407. And a nice little -24 to all the opponent's cards in hand. So we are nearly 300 ahead. So I think it will be fairly convincing this round. We did draw our General Sherman a bit late. But that's okay, we'll save it for next round. And just go with this hand for 336. It is enough to stay well ahead of the opponent. We do get -10 permanently, thanks to the opponent's Curse of the Pharaohs, since we were over 100 ahead. We're getting some good boosts there from Supermassive. And Cydonia is already at 200, so I'd say it'll be close to 3 or 4 by the time we play it. We might play it this round, we'll see. So we go with General Sherman, Rainbow Snake, and the Devil Reef Crab for a 157. And minus 30 to all the opponent's cards with 50 or more base energy this round. So we are behind now, but it's less than 100, so I think we can fairly convincingly win this round. So we play the Flying Saucer. I think I will go with Identity Theft. And we play the Olympus Moons for a 380. The opponent did get his eye combo, but it is a bit too late. So we are now in the lead, and we have a powerful Cydonia here with 300 or so. So I think we will play that this turn just to go for the big win. So we go Pika, Cydonia. No, we'll hold back on the Pika. We'll play Arthur Plura, Cydonia, and the Ace of Swords. So 4-5-3 with the Arthur Plura and then the Ace of Swords debuff. That is enough to win the round. So there we have it, folks. I know it was against a bot, but the deck runs fairly smoothly. I'm sure there's room for improvement, so if you do have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll leave it there, folks. Cards Everywhere, out.